So I don't know if you guys are aware, but Naughty Dog is fighting Last of Us leaks. How can there be leaks for a game that's been remade and remastered already? But apparently, it's a thing.
Right.
CM Retro reminds us that Abby lived in a football stadium and her room was right across from the weight room. Spoiler alert, I haven't played those games, CM. But thank you for letting us know that information. And thank you for watching. This is here from
That's so rude.
this is from Eurogamer. Naughty Dog battling The Last of Us leaks once again seems to be infectious. Just as a side note, Genshin Impact is a very fun game. Addictive, but very fun. Free to play. Highly recommend it. And I'm not getting paid to say that. This is by Victoria Kennedy, news reporter. Says Naughty Dog officially announced its plans to bring The Last of Us Part 1 to PlayStation 5 and eventually PC with a shiny new remake that will be a total overhaul of the original experience at Summer Games Fest last month. The remake itself is not due out until September. However, we're already seeing gameplay leaks making their way into the wild. Deja vu? Anyone? As you can see here, they got a video showing the difference between remastered and The Last of Us Part 1. I mean, it looks a lot better. What do you guys think?
I don't know. How are the leaks getting out?
Play testers.
I mean, it looks good. It looks good, but I kind of don't get it as well. Like, it's going to be the same story. It's going to have all the same things happen. So what's the point? Like,
yeah, didn't the game? How old is that game? That's pretty. It's not that old to get a remake, right?
Well, it's a PS3 game, and it got remastered for PS4 to 60 frames, 4K, and now they're like remaking it in the Last of Us 2 game engine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 2013 action adventure game, according to Wikipedia.
All right, 9 years old, I guess. But
yeah, and it was remastered, a couple years ago? I'm going to say about 5 years ago. Now we got the remake coming. The remake of the remaster. And then a couple more years on PlayStation 6, we'll get another version of it. So it says the most recent leaks, which have now been mostly removed from the internet by a very fast-moving Naughty Dog, showed off a scene from very early in the game's narrative. I won't spoil it for you here, as I'm sure there are some of you that have yet to play through the first game in the series. But I saw the clip, and, well, it looks very much like The Last of Us, but with some more polish. So I guess what you would expect. Screenshots.
what are they worried about? What's the worry with the leaks? Is it like not incomplete, kind of? Or they're going to think people are going to critique it because it's not like good enough yet? Is that what they're worried about? Because the leaks, it's just buzz for the game. I mean,
because it was shit.
Ooh.
I'm a Last of Us fan, and the leaks were shit.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Screenshots have also leaked, again, from the early stage of the game. At the time of writing, one of these images still remains. It's odd that one is yet to be given the boot as well, but there we go. You can see it there if you wish. Just found another set online for those interested. Given that the entire announcement of the remake was leaked mere hours ahead of its official debut, the team behind The Last of Us 1 are likely going to be keeping an eye on the web to avoid more spoilers making their way onto the world ahead of time. How is it spoilers, right? It's a fucking old-ass game. It's not getting spoiled. However,
unless they add cutscenes, but yeah, it's not a spoiler.
However, Naughty Dog has shared some clips from its remake that we can take a look at freely. These have mostly been comparing various characters from the last-gen version of the game to its current-gen version. The team showed off Tess's glow-up most recently with her new look model being significantly different from her previous outing.
Yeah, it looks terrible. She's gone from cute to grandma.
I mean, it makes sense, though. I think that's like a really dumb nitpick because, like, they're in the apocalypse. Are you going to tell me people aren't stressed? People age from stress, so she's supposed to be, like, a bit younger than Joel, and Joel's, like, what, 50? She's, like, around 40. So
I'm gonna take your word for it. But I agree with Bob.
I can only deal with female characters in video games that are hot. Otherwise, they need to get out of there.
I mean, she looks not just older, but like bigger, taller. Like she's.
I mean, the actress in the show is older too. Like I think she's almost in her 40s. So
I mean, look at where the shoulders are. Her shoulders, like
yeah.
Are they doing it to make the character more in line with their TV counterparts?
Probably not, because they don't even. Because Joel is played by Pedro Pascal.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, and so they changed them to be Hispanic, while in the show in the game they're still white, both him and Tommy. So yeah.
What channel is that show? What channel is that show on?
HBO. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good, but we'll have to wait and see.
1 Inch Bicep says this is like the time they made Fox and Forrest into Finnegan Fox.
Exactly like that.
I get that.
Chappie says Cutie Grandma is my favorite porn category.
Oh man.
I'm not here to judge you guys. Reaction to the new look have been mixed, but it does seem like more emotional nuance has been added in the newer animation performance compared to the older models. Meanwhile, earlier this year, we got to look at the various editions of The Last of Us Part 1 that will be available. You can check out the full breakdown here. And that's all I got to say, basically.
Wasn't that old? Because that's not what they showed just yet. What was it, 2 days ago?
This is from the 20th, so this is like 3 days ago.
The 20th? Okay, yeah. There was, the 20th was what, Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because that was like damage control. Because the leaks came out and they looked really bad, especially from a lot of fans' perspectives. Because I was expecting them to add in all of the gameplay enhancements of the second game, right? Which would be proning, dodging, and stuff like that, which they're not going to add, which is kind of disappointing. And it also tells me that the game is going to play slower, like the first game, which, I mean, I like the first game, but the second game is like a massive improvement in terms of gameplay. And so it was just kind of disappointing to see the leak footage, because it looked like all it was a reskin with better graphics. That's what it looked like. It looked like the same game, except I think they added the workbenches from the second game, which is, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, because in the first game you would do it on the fly anyway. So, like, you know, mod your weapons or make what's it called, shivs or things like that, right? So I don't know. I thought this was really disappointing, and this to me seems like they're just trying to capitalize on the HBO series and also get PC players to play the game.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, they wanted it to be more in line with the second game, so when they release that on PC, it all blends together.
Right.
I have not played any of the Last of Us games. I'm like Bob. Do you recommend them? Do you think they're good? Blinded?
Yeah, they're worth a play through.
They're worth a playthrough. I mean, everybody's going to say the second game is shit, but I do like the second game a lot. So,
yeah, the second game was good. I really liked the story, and the gameplay was fun.
Yeah,
I don't rate it as highly as everyone raves about it, but it's a good game. They're good games.
I think they're better written games in terms of what's going on. Like, it's kind of complex. That's why the second game gets so much shit, is because people just have an attachment to Joel, and they think that Neil Druckmann was shitting on the game or the character, and it's like, he really wasn't. The whole game is about Joel, but a lot of people don't see it that way. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to change people's minds, but there's just like a ravenous fan group that just hates on this game for like absolutely no reason.
Because it's woke. SJW.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah.
A game where the guy dies and the little girl fucking lives.
Yeah,
it's not even really about him dying.
Shitty.
It's the way that he dies. Like, people feel like it's kind of like,
yeah, a chick kills him. What the fuck's up with that? We know that.
Yeah, and it's even I think even if it was a dude who killed him, people would still be mad because of how it's done.
Also, there's nudity in it, and they don't let my
Yeah.
anime waifus be naked on PlayStation, but they put that weird, manly-looking girl like naked on, and I don't like that. I'm upset.
Gross. Does she have hair on her chest?
No, she's jacked.
I can't keep up this phony.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, so people are upset. I don't know. It never looked interesting to me. I was just like, it's another zombie game, but now the zombies are like fungus, and I don't really give a shit.
It plays like the first game. Like the gameplay is not that great. I think the second game is where it improves upon drastically.
Yeah, and it's more of a game about the characters than the setting.
Yeah, than the zombie itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Inch Bicep says I liked them better when they were called Uncharted and it wasn't so sad.
The Last of Us are nothing like Uncharted, besides being a third-person shooter. So I don't get that. But
I think he's just making a joke, Blinded. Not everything's so serious.
it's a bad joke. that's
I know.
all I'm trying to say.
You really love your buff.
It's a bad joke. They play totally different. It's just that it's a third-person action adventure game. That's it. Bad joke. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Anything else that we want to add to this Naughty Dog leak situation?
Yeah,
they need to stop with the leaks. Like, this is like the second time this happened. Someone must hate this fucking company that's working for this said company.
Yeah. They better check everybody's YouTube history. If any one of them working at Naughty Dog listens to us, they're probably the fucking leaker. That's
Yeah.
Hey, get out of my way. This dude's getting hot takes, so you might as well stay. It's time